All right, so the body compass. What you're going to need for this exercise is a quiet place where you can be centered and focused and uninterrupted for about 10 minutes. You'll need your journal because I'm going to have you pause and jot a few things down that you can also share in the group. And I think that's it. Yes, and just an open mind because I'm going to facilitate this exercise. I'm also recording it as an audio for you ladies right now. So I want you to get centered, sit in a chair. It's actually better to sit up for this than to lie down. I recommend you do sit up because you're going to be tuning in to all of your body sensations. So go ahead and plant your feet flat on the floor. I want us to ground. We're going to take 3 really deep breaths. And just so you know, there's science to the 3 deep breaths, that it basically is able to recalibrate your nervous system and reset. So there is it's not just like, oh, take deep breaths and it's some corny hokey thing. It really does help you. So put your feet flat on the floor. I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do that again. Big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more time, big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to feel your feet. Just send loving energy to your feet. And take note of any tingling or sensation that you pick up when you send loving energy to your feet. And just tune in to the sensations that you can determine in your feet. It's getting us centered and ready for the body compass and our ability to use our body as a guiding compass. And imagine that there are 2 giant tree trunks that are extending from the soles of your feet all the way down, down, down to the core of the earth, grounding you to the earth, and also allowing you to pull up and exchange source energy with the earth, giving and receiving. And pause for a moment and just feel how safe and held you are in this moment, knowing that all is well. And I want you to take another big deep inhale and exhale. And imagine that you're actually pulling energy up through the soles of your feet, and imagine that it's traveling into your ankles, up through your calves, into your knees. Feel it moving as you draw it up, being one with your body, feeling it cruise up through your thighs, into your belly, into the chest and heart space as you take a deep breath into that area. And allow your head and neck to feel very light and loose on top of your shoulders as you begin to roll your head and neck in one direction. Don't mind all the cricks and cracks. And reverse the direction of the rolls. And keeping your eyes closed, allow the energy just to settle on the tops of your shoulders. Just let it rest there for a moment. Then let it travel down your upper arms to your elbows and send loving energy to your elbows, your funny bones, and take note of any tingling or sensation that you may pick up there. And now we're going to send the energy down the forearms. And as it goes down the forearms, it's going to begin to pick up speed. And as it begins to pick up speed, it's going to begin to actually radiate light, okay? Light, colored neon light or a series of lights. And those lights, the neon light is going to emanate from your fingertips. And as you keep your eyes closed and imagining this light radiating out of your fingertips, what color do you see in your mind's eye? What color is the light? Identify it. You can share it with me in the comments below what color light you saw. after you complete this exercise, and just let it emanate. And now that we are grounded, I'm going to have you choose an unpleasant memory. Now, I will say, I do not want this to be the most unpleasant memory that you can experience or relive in your mind right now. So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, the memory should probably, in terms of its unpleasantness, be about a 7 or an 8, not a 9 or a 10, because we're not trying to re-traumatize a situation, but it needs to be unpleasant enough that it is going to evoke some physical sensations in your body. It will evoke emotion as well, but what we're going to be identifying here is physical sensations as opposed to emotions. So take a minute and consider which memory you'd like to choose. And it will be a time when you were not too happy about the situation you were in. And I want you to place yourself back in that time and place. And I want you to play that memory back like a movie in your mind's eye. Who was there? What was happening? What was the energy in the room? What emotions were evoked? What did you say? What did you do? What did you recall feeling? And just play the movie back. And now I'm going to have you tune in to your body. Not emotions right now. We're not identifying emotions. We're going to look for the physical sensations in our body as we replay this unpleasant memory. Scan your body for physical sensations. What's happening in your chest? How does your stomach feel? Take note of what's going on with your jaw, and your mouth, your forehead, and your brow. Do you feel any heat, any tingling, any tightness? Scan your body from top to toe, all the way down, and take note of these physical sensations. And in just a moment, I'm actually going to have you pause this video and write down the physical sensations. So they're not going to be emotions. They're not going to be like anger and fear and humiliation or anything like that. It's going to be like tightness in the chest. My jaw is tight. I feel like I'm holding my breath. I feel like I'm breathing very shallow. I feel a pinch in my head. I feel a pain in the back of my neck. Whatever it is, I want you to pause the video and write down those physical sensations. The other thing I want you to do before you pause the video is get a word that describes this sensation or series of sensations. If you were to have one word to name this cluster of sensations and what it sounds, what it feels like, maybe it's the yuck sensation, maybe it's the ick sensation, maybe it's the ugh sensation, whatever it is, I want you to name it. And then I also want you to rate on a scale of, let's do 0 to 10, 0 being not at all unpleasant and 10 being very unpleasant. Where does it fall on the unpleasant scale? And like I said earlier, hopefully you're in the 6, 7, 8 range and no higher than that. But I'd like you to rate it as well. So pause the video for a moment and then come back after you've taken your notes. Welcome back. Oh, okay, the hard part is over. We're going to shake off that unpleasant memory, okay? We're going to get rid of it. We're going to just, we don't have to be in that energy anymore. You don't have to keep reliving the memory. Let's just take it out of our stratosphere. Recenter with 3 deep breaths once again, okay? Exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Last one. Let's take in some more air at the top of this breath. A little more air, and let it all out through the mouth. And now on the flip side, I'd like you to think of a very pleasant and happy memory. It can be one of the happiest memories of your life. It could be, your wedding day, or, the day somebody proposed, or the day you gave birth to your first child, or whatever it is, okay? Like just a happy memory. The day you graduated or got some big award or accolade, or maybe you just went to Disneyland. I don't know what it is, guys, but pick a memory where you recall just being on cloud nine. You were ecstatic. You were having a great day. You were top of the world, okay? So take a moment to retrieve that memory. And just like we did with the unpleasant memory, I want you to close your eyes and go back to that space and time. What was happening? How'd you feel? What did you do and say? Who was there? What are the sensations that you recall about the energy in that pleasant, wonderful day and what was happening? Take time, feel into this, and we're going to do the same thing. Although you might be experiencing emotion in this, I want you to identify what physical sensations are happening in your body, beginning with your face. What's happening with your face? Is it tense? Is it relaxed? Are you smiling? Maybe you have tears in your eyes. What's happening with your jaw, your head and neck, your chest, your belly? Scan your body again from head to toe and take notice of the actual physical sensations that you're experiencing, not the emotions, the physical sensations. Do you have butterflies? Are you giddy? Are you lightheaded? Are you grinning from ear to ear? What is it? So take note. And then, in the same way that we did with the unpleasant memory, let's name this cluster of sensations. We're going to call it the blank feeling, okay? Whatever that feeling is. And this is your body's way of going back to a pleasant space. Because here's the thing. Your subconscious does not know what's real and what's imagined. So we can actually change our state of being by just revisiting a very pleasant memory. Or for that matter, a very unpleasant memory. And our body will begin to physically respond to the memory itself, even though it is not actually happening in this moment. That's why we don't really want to stay dwelling in dark, unpleasant memories, because it can cause us unhappiness. But we need to know the difference. So take note, name this cluster of sensations in this positive, pleasant, wonderful, awesome memory. And on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not pleasant at all and 10 being very pleasant, where does this rank? You can drop that in the comments for me once you have completed this exercise. So pause the video and take some notes, and then come back for our debrief of this activity. Welcome back. Good work. Good work to each of you. And I know we get so busy that sometimes we don't even slow down long enough to take 15 meditative minutes in our day. And I want that to change, because the more in tune you are with your body, the healthier your mind is going to function. This is what it takes to be in tune, to be forever young, to feel the joy of ageless living is being grounded and centered and in tune with yourself, and also in love with yourself a little bit. And I don't mean that in a narcissistic way, but I mean it in a very self-validating, kind and gentle way, that you encourage yourself and take care of yourself, which is going to inspire you to radiate really positive energy. So start giving yourself the gift of a little bit of time. And if this is difficult for you, this is an exercise that you may want to repeat. Because what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to put decisions up against our body compass and evaluate whether we're feeling pleasant sensations with the thought of a decision or unpleasant sensations with the thought of a decision. Your body will tell you. You just have to tune in and listen. The other exercise that I want you guys to carry out in the days leading up to our next class is setting a timer for 3 separate stop points throughout the day when you're going to take an inventory of what emotions you're feeling and what's happening in your body. So you could maybe do this at like 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. maybe, and take note of physically what's going on. And if you're having unpleasant physical sensations, if you're experiencing unpleasant emotions, you can take yourself to this happy place, to this happy memory again, and change your state of being. It's only a choice away. We don't have to get stuck in frustration and pain and discomfort and scritch. We have the ability to shift out of it, all right? You are the conscious creator of your own life, of your well-being, of your circumstances, for the most part. I know there's circumstances that are beyond our control, but you are the conscious creator of the way that you walk through the world. So let it be a state of being that lights you up and not one that dims you down or drags you down, for that matter. I have no notes. I'm really just kind of extemporaneously presenting this to you guys. But this is an amazing exercise that's going to help you to tune in to your intuition. So if there's something that you don't understand about it, feel free to leave me questions in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. If you need to do the exercise again, maybe you're having a hard time really pinpointing the physical sensations. The more you focus, the more you will be able to really tap in, tune in, and be able to identify physically what's happening in your body, whether you're experiencing pleasant sensations or unpleasant sensations. And these are the keys and the breadcrumbs to our choices. This is what's going to allow you to really leverage and harness your intuition to be a master of your own energy and your own beingness and feeling states. So I hope that was really a good exercise for you. Feel free to repeat it. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. I love it that I kept this module under 20 minutes as promised. Remember, we have 4 classes and 4 modules in Forever Young. So here we go. Actually, Forever Young, which is then now going to also be called Ageless April in April. So whichever one you're doing, I'm doing the content for both of the classes. And I thank you for participating in this and can't wait to see your impressions. Take care. I'll see you in class.